Welcome to Brainwaves and Breakthroughs.
Welcome to your deep dive. Today, we're diving deep into missile defense technology.
Oh, yeah?
Specifically, Israel's Iron Dome.
Right.
You've probably heard of it.
For sure.
But we're going to go way beyond just the headlines to really understand the system's impact.
Yeah. It's a system that has really transformed life in Israel, providing a sense of security that was just unthinkable a few decades ago.
Really a game changer.
For sure.
We've got a really fascinating stack of articles here ready to go.
Okay.
So get ready to become a total Iron Dome aficionado by the end of this.
All right, let's do it.
To really grasp the significance of the Iron Dome, we need to kind of rewind the clock a little bit.
Okay.
Back to the early 2000s, to a town called Stray, which is right on the edge of the Gaza Strip.
Right on the edge.
Yeah, life in Stray back then was...
Oh, it was punctuated by near constant rocket attacks.
Wow.
Yeah. Just imagine kids having just seconds to reach bomb shelters. Playgrounds built with reinforced concrete.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, this was a stark reality where the threat of attack just loomed over everyday life.
So this really sets the stage then for understanding why a system like the Iron Dome was so desperately needed.
Absolutely.
It's interesting. One of the articles even mentions Obama's 2008 visit to Stray while he was still a presidential candidate.
Right.
And he met with families living under this constant threat.
Right.
Really highlighting the growing international attention on this situation.
Absolutely. That period, especially the 2006 Second Lebanon War, was a real turning point.
Okay.
The sheer number of rockets launched during that conflict really solidified the need for a system that could protect against these short-range attacks.
Right.
And that's where the idea for the Iron Dome really took hold.
Okay, so that's where the idea kind of starts to come into being.
Yeah.
And that's also where Amir Peretz enters the picture.
Right.
He was the Israeli defense minister at the time.
Yeah.
And just a major champion for the Iron Dome project.
Big time.
Yeah. It's fascinating to see how he pushed for it.
Yeah.
Even though there was so much initial skepticism.
Yeah, and I mean, the skepticism was understandable.
Sure.
Many thought intercepting rockets midair was impossible.
Wow.
Like trying to hit a bullet with a bullet.
Right.
But Peretz, he saw the potential for a defensive system like this to fundamentally change the lives of Israelis who were living under this constant threat.
Yeah, I mean, it is a pretty audacious concept.
It is.
When you think about it.
Yeah.
To intercept rockets midair with such accuracy and affordability that it actually makes it a practical defense strategy.
Absolutely. A testament to the ingenuity and dedication of the engineers and scientists who brought the Iron Dome to life. But, you know, beyond the technological hurdles, there was also a shift in thinking within the Israeli military that really needed to happen.
Yeah. Okay. How so?
So traditionally, the Israeli Defense Forces primarily focused on offensive capabilities.
Right.
The idea of a purely defensive system like the Iron Dome was new territory for them.
Okay.
And sparked these internal debates.
Oh, wow.
About whether such a system might project an image of weakness.
Interesting. Yeah, because they had always been known for being strong and offensive.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see how that debate played out.
Yeah.
Especially considering the Iron Dome's reported 90% interception rate.
Right.
I mean, it's been undeniably successful in protecting lives.
It really has. And the Iron Dome has provided a tangible sense of security for many Israelis.
Yeah.
To really understand how this system works.
Okay.
It's helpful to break down its three main components.
Right.
So you have the radar system, the control center, and then the interceptor missiles known as Tamir missiles.
The Tamir missiles. Okay, so how do those pieces work together to create this seemingly impenetrable shield?
All right, so the radar system is constantly scanning the skies for any incoming projectiles.
Got it.
When it detects one, it relays that data to the control center, which then uses complex algorithms to predict the projectile's trajectory.
So it's not just about detection. Yeah. It's about prediction and rapid calculation.
Exactly. What's really remarkable is that the system doesn't try to intercept every single rocket.
Okay.
It focuses on the ones that are projected to hit populated areas.
Okay.
Or critical infrastructure.
Interesting.
Which factors into the system's cost effectiveness.
That makes sense, especially considering that each Tamir missile costs somewhere between $40,000 and $50,000.
Right.
Which is still a significant amount, but a fraction of the potential damage and loss of life if a rocket were to hit a populated area.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the Iron Dome is all about strategic decision-making in real time.
Right.
Based on constantly updating data.
Okay.
And it does that remarkably well.
Yeah. It's amazing.
During periods of conflict, it has intercepted thousands of rockets.
Thousands?
Thousands of rockets, saving countless lives.
It's hard to even grasp the scale of that impact.
It really is.
And it sounds like the system is constantly evolving, too.
That's right. The engineers are constantly working to counter new and evolving threats.
Okay.
Adapting the system to intercept not just rockets, but also drones. And guided missiles, which are becoming increasingly common in modern warfare.
Yeah, so it's a very dynamic system.
For sure.
Always adapting to a changing landscape.
Constantly evolving.
Our research also mentioned David's Sling.
Yeah.
A system that's been described as the big brother to the Iron Dome.
Right. So while the Iron Dome excels at short-range interception, David's Sling was developed to address those medium to long-range rockets and missiles.
Interesting.
Extending Israel's defensive capabilities even further.
So it's like a layered defense system.
Exactly.
With the Iron Dome as that first line of defense.
The first line.
And then David's Sling providing a second layer of protection.
Absolutely.
What a powerful combination.
And what's even more impressive is that David's Sling successfully executed its first real-world interception.
Wow.
Earlier this year in 2023.
That's incredible.
Demonstrating Israel's commitment to staying ahead of those potential threats.
Okay, so we've got these two really powerful systems working in tandem.
Yeah.
But beyond just the technical capabilities, our deep dive also uncovered some interesting perspectives on the Iron Dome's broader impact.
Okay.
Particularly on the Israeli-Palestinian dynamic.
Absolutely. That's an important aspect to consider.
Yeah.
One of the sources, an article from Unpacked, highlights how the Iron Dome has, in a way, benefited both Israelis and Palestinians.
That's interesting. How so?
Well, before the Iron Dome, the Israeli military often relied on ground operations in Gaza to halt those rocket attacks.
Right.
And those operations led to casualties on both sides.
Right, of course.
The Iron Dome has significantly reduced the need for such ground incursions.
So the Iron Dome as a defensive system has potentially had this unintended consequence of reducing violence on both sides by preventing the need for larger scale military operations.
Right.
It really raises a lot of questions about the complexities of this conflict and how technology intersects with the search for peace.
It certainly does.
I'm already seeing the Iron Dome in a whole new light. It's more than just a technological marvel.
Right.
It's a catalyst for these really complex conversations about defense security and the search for lasting peace.
It really is.
And there's so much more to uncover.
There is stay tuned as we delve into that broader global context of missile defense systems and the ethical considerations that come with such powerful technology.
This is just the beginning of our deep dive into the Iron Dome.
It is.
We'll be right back with more insights and analysis in just a moment.
Sounds good. Welcome back. I'm eager to kind of dive into some of those broader questions we touched on before the break.
Okay, yeah.
You know, the Iron Dome is often hailed as a game changer in missile defense.
Right.
But it's crucial to remember that it exists within a larger global context.
Okay, so let's zoom out a bit.
Yeah.
Where does the Iron Dome fit into the global landscape of missile defense systems?
So missile defense is a really complex and constantly evolving field.
Right.
Countries around the world are investing heavily in developing systems to protect themselves from a variety of threats, from short-range rockets to intercontinental ballistic missiles.
And each system has its own strengths and limitations, I imagine.
Precisely.
It's not a one-size-fits-all situation.
Right. Some systems are designed for, like, wide-area defense.
Okay.
Like the U.S. Patriot system, for example.
Yeah.
Which is used to protect large areas from ballistic missiles.
Got it.
Others are more specialized, like the Iron Dome.
Right.
Excelling at intercepting short-range rockets fired from relatively close proximity.
So how does the Iron Dome stack up against other systems out there? In terms of effectiveness and technological sophistication?
It's widely regarded as one of the most advanced and effective short-range missile defense systems in the world.
Wow.
You know, its high interception rate, its ability to distinguish between threats, avoid unnecessary interceptions, and its mobility make it a truly remarkable feat of engineering.
But As with any advancement in military technology,
Sure.
there are concerns, right?
Right.
Some argue that systems like the Iron Dome could contribute to a dangerous arms race, leading to the development of even more sophisticated and potentially destabilizing weapons.
Yeah, that's a valid concern. The development of any new military technology inevitably has ripple effects.
Yeah.
When one country develops a new weapon or defense system, it can lead others to feel the need to develop their own countermeasures, potentially creating a cycle of escalation.
It makes you think about the complex interplay between defense and offense, and how the pursuit of security can sometimes lead to unintended consequences.
For sure.
It's not just about the technology itself, but about how its development impacts the geopolitical landscape.
You've hit on a crucial point there.
Yeah.
Technology is just a tool.
Right.
And its impact ultimately depends on how we choose to use it.
Right.
The Iron Dome, while a remarkable achievement in defensive technology, exists within this complex web of international relations and strategic considerations.
It's a good reminder that even defensive technologies can have far-reaching implications.
They do.
And spark debates about the future of warfare.
Absolutely.
Speaking of debates, our research also touched on some of the ethical considerations surrounding the use of a system like the Iron Dome. Some people believe it presents a moral dilemma by, in essence, putting a price tag on human life.
That's a profound point that deserves careful consideration. The Iron Dome's algorithms are designed to prioritize interceptions based on the likelihood of a rocket striking a populated area.
Meaning the system might choose not to intercept a rocket heading towards a less populated area, even if it's technically capable of doing so.
That's right.
Wow.
It's a difficult reality to grapple with.
Yeah, it is.
But it highlights the complexities inherent in using algorithms to make these life or death decisions.
It forces us to confront challenging questions.
It does.
About the value we place on human life and the role of technology in those calculations.
Absolutely.
It seems there are no easy answers when dealing with such ethically charged scenarios.
There aren't.
But it's crucial to have these conversations.
It is.
And acknowledge the moral complexities of such advanced technologies, especially when lives are at stake.
Absolutely. These conversations should involve not only experts and policymakers, but the public as well. We all have a stake in shaping how these technologies are developed and used, as they have the potential to affect us all.
Public awareness and engagement are key.
For sure.
We need to be informed about the capabilities and limitations of these systems and demand transparency and accountability from those who develop and deploy them.
We cannot be passive observers in this technological revolution. We must be active participants, shaping the future of warfare in a way that prioritizes human life, minimizes harm, and ultimately works toward a more secure and just world.
It feels like we've journeyed from a deep dive into a specific missile defense system to a broader exploration of the ethical and geopolitical challenges facing us in the 21st century. It's remarkable how the Iron Dome serves as this lens through which we can examine these complex issues.
It's a testament to the interconnectedness of our world. What might seem like a localized technological development can have profound global implications, touching on everything from international relations to the very nature of war itself.
As we wrap up this part of our deep dive, what are some key takeaways you hope our listeners will reflect on?
So I hope they gain a deeper understanding of the Iron Dome's complexities. Not just as a marvel of engineering, but as a symbol of this intricate relationship between technology, security, and ethics. It serves as a reminder that innovation is rarely straightforward. And that even well-intentioned technologies can have unintended consequences.
It highlights the human element at the heart of these advancements, reminding us that real people's lives are affected by these technologies.
Indeed, we cannot overlook the human cost of conflict. Nor can we forget the ingenuity and dedication of those working towards a safer world. The Iron Dome embodies both.
Well said. We've explored the Iron Dome's origins.
We have.
Its technological prowess. Its impact on the Israeli-Palestinian dynamic. and even delved into broader ethical and geopolitical considerations.
We did.
But our journey isn't over yet.
No.
In the final part of our deep dive, we'll explore potential future scenarios for the Iron Dome.
Right.
And discuss what its success could mean for the development of similar systems around the world.
Stay tuned as we delve into the future of missile defense and the potential ripple effects of this remarkable technology.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into the Iron Dome. We've covered a lot of ground, from the streets of Sidero to the global implications of this groundbreaking technology. It's been an eye-opening exploration.
It really highlights how a single technological innovation can spark such wide-ranging conversations
Absolutely.
about defense security ethics and the very future of warfare.
Exactly. So let's shift our focus to the future. What does the road ahead look like for the Iron Dome?
Well, considering its proven success, the Iron Dome is likely to remain a cornerstone of Israel's defense strategy for the foreseeable future. But as we've discussed, the landscape of threats is constantly evolving.
Right.
New weapons are being developed.
Yeah.
And existing ones are becoming increasingly sophisticated.
So the Iron Dome can't just rest on its laurels. It has to keep pace with these advancements, right?
Absolutely. And that's precisely what's happening.
Okay.
Rafael, the company behind the Iron Dome, is continuously working on upgrades and enhancements.
Okay.
They're focusing on improving the system's range accuracy and ability to counter an even wider spectrum of threats.
It sounds like a constant back and forth, a technological race to stay ahead of emerging dangers.
It's a dynamic process of innovation and adaptation.
And it's not just about keeping up with existing threats. It's also about anticipating future ones.
Right.
One example is the growing concern surrounding hypersonic missiles, which travel at incredible speeds, making them extremely difficult to intercept.
Extremely difficult.
That sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie. Is the Iron Dome equipped to handle threats like that?
Not currently.
Okay.
But there's ongoing research and development exploring ways to counter these hypersonic threats.
Okay.
It's a significant challenge, but it underlines the reality that the Iron Dome, like any technology, must constantly evolve to remain effective.
So it's not just about making incremental improvements. It's about pushing the boundaries of what's possible in missile defense technology.
Absolutely.
And this leads to another intriguing question. What impact might the Iron Dome's success have on the development of other missile defense systems around the world?
That's a question many defense analysts and policymakers are closely watching.
Yeah, I bet.
The Iron Dome has demonstrated that it's possible to create a highly effective, mobile, and relatively affordable missile defense system. This has sparked considerable interest from countries facing similar threats.
Okay.
Particularly those dealing with short-range rockets and artillery fire.
So we might see a proliferation of Iron Dome-like systems emerging in the coming years.
It's a real possibility. In fact, the United States has already acquired 2 Iron Dome batteries for its own military.
Really?
Other countries, including India and South Korea, have also expressed interest in acquiring this technology.
So the Iron Dome isn't just a game changer for Israel, but potentially for the entire field of missile defense. It's fascinating how a system born out of necessity in a small country could have such a global ripple effect.
It underscores the fact that innovation can emerge from anywhere, and it highlights the interconnectedness of our world, where technological advances in one corner of the globe can have profound and far-reaching consequences.
As we wrap up this deep dive into the Iron Dome, what are some final takeaways you hope our listeners will carry with them?
I hope they come away with a richer understanding of the Iron Dome.
Okay.
Not merely as a technological marvel, but as a powerful symbol of the complex interplay between technology, security, and ethics.
Yeah.
It serves as a reminder that innovation is rarely a simple linear process.
Right.
And that even the most well-intentioned technologies can have unexpected consequences.
It's also a reminder that behind these technological advancements are real people whose lives are directly affected.
Yes.
Both those seeking protection from threats and those striving to create a safer world.
Precisely. We must always consider the human cost of conflict, while also recognizing the ingenuity and dedication of those working towards a more peaceful future. The Iron Dome embodies this duality.
Well said. And there you have it. Our deep dive into the Iron Dome, from its origins to its potential to shape the future of warfare. We've explored its technological prowess, its impact on regional dynamics, and its broader ethical and geopolitical implications.
It's been a journey that underscores the importance of critical thinking, open dialogue, and responsible innovation in an era defined by rapid technological advancements.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope it has sparked your curiosity and inspired you to continue exploring the complex world of technology and its impact on our lives.
Until next time, keep asking questions and keep seeking knowledge.